Hi, welcome to CG Tower Nerd. My name is Hammer Chen. In this video tutorial, we are going to create realistic male hand model with hair and with realistic human skin material. So let's do a quick render to see the result. Okay, took me about 5 minutes to render out. As you can see, the result is fairly realistic and with this fine hair. So before we get started, let me go through the workflow of this project. This is a fairly simplified version of the actual workflow of this project. We will start with free human hand gen software named Faceworx to create a base model of this male hand, and use this base model as a base model to sculpt the detail, for example the wrinkle and the bumpiness of the human skin in Mudbox, Autodesk Mudbox. And we will use Mudbox to create a normal map to create a detail applied to the base model. And in 3ds Max we will apply the map, the diffuse map, blob map, transparency map, bound map, normal map to our hand model. Of course, some work in Photoshop. And finally we will create hair for this hand. And we will detach part of the hand model, that is the sculpt, and unwrap the sculpt in deep UV and create a map to control the distribution of the hair. After all done in 3ds Max render out, we will do some color correction in SONY Vegas and export the video. So this is the more detailed step-by-step workflow. First of all, we will collect reference image. For example, in this example, we will focus on CSI Captain Jim Brass as an example. We will collect from the internet to collect his photos. So those are the photos of CSI Jim Brass. And because we are going to generate a hand model from the image, so make sure you have the reference image of this front view and side view of his hand. Okay. After collect those important reference image, let's do some quick sketch. So here are some of the sketch I've done. So try to do some quick sketch of Jim Brass. to me, I think this is a very important process when creating a realistic human hand, because this paperwork will create a 3D model in your brain. I think it is most important step in this project. This is another sketch of CSI gym breast, front view and side view. This sketch is for the wrinkle and expression study of CSI gym breast, CSI Captain gym breast. After you finish the sketch, you will create a base hand model with Faceworx, and import this hand model in 3ds Max and use Max script the triangulation to triangulate the hand model. And you will export the hand model from 3ds Max to Mudbox. You will do a digital sculpting in Mudbox to add detail, wrinkle, and bump in Mudbox, and you will export model and normal map. In 3ds Max, you will load up the normal map and create diffuse, blob, transparency, spectacular map, etc. Create it in Photoshop and apply to the hand model. And those maps are very important to when creating a realistic human hand, realistic human skin material. So set up the skin material in Max. After you set up the skin material in Max, you will set up the lighting and the final render setting, and then you finish the skin. Let's create sculpt mesh from head base model and unwrap the UVW with deep UV, and create a map to control the distribution of your hair, and use this map to create hair with hairtrix. This is another 3ds Max third-party plugin. And set up lighting for the hair, and do a final render, and finally use SONY Vegas to do the color correction of the final result. So software, you need 3ds Max 9, of course, and hairtrix to create hair model, final render and the Finalshader to create GI rendering and the human skin material, SONY Vegas to color correction, Mudbox to add detail to is for digital sculpting. Deep UV is for unwrap the UVW. Into the triangulation Max script is to help you to triangulate the polygon. Faceworx is a free software to generate 3 human head model from front view and side view to generate a head model. So let's get started. Okay, let's start from this this step, Faceworx. Start your Faceworx. Faceworx is a free software you can download from log6.com. So let's go to view, go to model, load front. So I have ready my gym breast front view, and in the side view, load your side photo of gym breast. So this is a fairly easy software to generate a model. So you just align your those control points in both front view and side view. Okay. Okay, and as you can see the 3D results. Obviously, it's not very good right now because we are not. This is the first step, and the second step is you will see a more detailed hand feature and control points. Please be patient to move those control points of your hand model. So now our hand is getting better. So in the side view, move all your control points. Let me explain what it is. This is the texture blending control. It will blend the front view of your photos and the side view of your photo. If you want to avoid to create a better transition between side view and front view, you can adjust this bar, as you can see right here. Okay, and use this to reduce the control point. Okay, I will not pay too much time on this because you know how to do it. So in this step, please stop your 3ds Max version 9 and use import function to import your CSI Gymbrus hand project tutorial and change the type to OBJ. Pop out the OBJ import dialog, and I think nothing we need to check. And in here, let's take a look. Convert it to editable poly and hit F4. As you can see, this hand model is not cool. It's triangle face. This is not very good when subdivide in Mudbox. So let's do the triangulation process. We have a script installed. Go to customize user interface, toolbar, and into you can see the triangulator. This is a free Max script you can download from Script Spot. So let's create a toolbar for him, and as you can see, hit this button and pick our model, and please uncheck the keep smoothing and hit process. This Max script will triangulate the mesh for you. Although it's not perfect, but I think it is well definitely a big help. Okay, it's finished. Took some time, but finished. As you can see, now most of the surface are in core. So now let's export this hand model to Mudbox. Export it as obj, and rename it modify. Please check this face type to polygons. And OK. Let's move on to the next step, from Faceworx to Mudbox. Start your Mudbox, and this is the finished version of my Dreambrush hand model. As you can see, in this model I have adding detail of the hand, crease and wrinkle. So let's make a new scene and import our hand model from Faceworx. Brush. Here. Okay. After import, you can hit Alt key and left mouse button to rotate your hand model, and you can hit Control and Alt key at the same time. Hit right mouse button to zoom in and zoom out, and go to display. You can see you can turn on wireframe mode and hit Shift and D to subdivide your hand model to about face number about 46,000 will be enough, and turn off the wireframe. So now let's start to adding detail to our hand model. Before we actually sculpting it, we need some reference image to help us. Go to utility. Go to Windows image plane. Now we can import image. See. Okay, import this image. Okay, and there's a transformation. You can scale down a bit. and you can translate into adjust the translation so you can see the model hand and reference image at the same time. Okay, so now we can start to sculpt.